Okay, to wrap up today's lesson, I think you know how to do the rest, but I did grab some pastels. These are oil pastels. They're so beautiful, they're so fun to work with, and use any of the cool or warm colors. So yeah, they're a little bit light, but they really show up beautifully. The oil on top of acrylic, it's awesome. Again, only your warm or cool colors. So here's a green. Doesn't show up as great, but maybe I will pick a lighter green. Here's a different kind of turquoisey green. It shows up okay. Now, oil pastel you can smear too with your finger because there's oil in it. Do you see how, oh, sorry, gotta get used to that camera. See how I'm smudging it? Let's pick this blue down here. And I am smearing it like that. And you can also use chalk. So this is the challenge for you, and I'd love you to post your finished warm and cool abstract paintings online if you could, to show me your work. You need to pick a background. Am I going to use a blue background or am I going to use my warm background? Once you do, now I want you to cut out your shapes. And when you do, my paint's still wet. So what I had my students do is rip out all your shapes or cut them, it's up to you. If you cut them, you're gonna have a perfect edge. If you rip them, you're gonna get that paper look. And here's another one I found where the student used a lime green for his cool background, and it worked really well. And so he ripped, but ripping shows some of the white of the paper, which is fun. And again, what I'd like you to do is rip up your shapes. You don't have to use them all. And keep your shapes, once you've ripped them up, in a pile. Then once your background, whatever background you pick, once it's dry, you're going to rip your shapes and you're going to place them on your background, whatever background you pick. So just so I don't take up too much time, I'm gonna rip out the shapes like that, and you're gonna glue them down. So you take your LePage's or Elmer's glue, paint the back, and then you're gonna paint it right down on top. So, but first you want to, I don't want to have too much white show. And again, this is still wet. So arrange how you're going to place your shapes and have a focal point. So if I'm going to use this as my focal point, what shape am I going to use to create that focal point? Well, I could take my scissors and I'm going to just cut, cutting shapes like this works great too. That's why. Okay, so all of my rip pieces, I want to create a focus. You're going to glue them all down, and that's the exercise for today. And the one lesson I want you to learn from this is, which colors jump out to you? The blues or the warm colors? And if you said the warm colors, you're right. Warm colors advance, meaning they pop out. Cool colors recede, they go into the background. And the contrast of the warm and cool, and contrast means opposite, so you've got dark versus warm or lighter hues. So it creates contrast and creates interest. You're also creating movement with your painting for a focus. I will complete this and I will show you next time. But have fun and enjoy your day. Be healthy, be happy, and we'll see you next time.